Happy Memorial Day, everybody. It's week 9 of the WAKA Peninsula. We're cracking over the Budweiser American beer. Fans. Hey, man, it's the king of beers because it's made in America.
I love America.
So before we get things started here, just a quick shout out to our heroes around the world and in our league. I don't want to leave anyone out because I know I will, but you know who you are out there. If I start naming names, I'll forget people, but no. Thank you, everyone in the league, outside the league, friends and family of those in the league. Hell yeah, it's Memorial Day. Hope everyone's having a great one.
Absolutely.
And we're going to spend ours talking about a little kickball.
This is what America's all about, kickball and Budweiser.
Now we shift from Memorial Day to War Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, except Tad Middle School.
Oh, damn.
All right.
Just ruined that. Shit.
As always,
a good segue, but
I'm joined here by Matt, Drunk for America, Wellbrock.
Yep.
And Brent, I hate America, so I shaved my beard. Wentworth, he's the commissioner in the middle.
Terrible decision, you fucking communist, man.
You're lucky I gave you that American flag beer. It's evening things out.
My lady likes my face bald.
She also likes your balls bald, too.
I hear that's how Mr. Bailey. Anyway, so as stated in week 8, we were at Tab Memorial. The bugs were out, the superheroes were out. Everyone looked great, especially those wearing tinfoil helmets. I think looked especially great.
You look very impressive.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I spent a lot of time and money on that.
I like that.
But kicking things off, we had the Jagernauts in the final appearance of Mr. Dan Moore, their excellent leadoff kicker and first baseman. They sent him out in style with a 6-1 win over the new Kickheads. Brent, speaking of your lady, you were there at the game catching a little bit of action.
Yeah, I saw some of the game. What stood out was new kicks on the block. They were pretty short-handed. They only had 4 guys show up for this week, and they had them. So they put those 4 guys at catcher, charger, pitcher, and first base, and then they rocked the all-female outfield, which
it's sexy, but performance-wise,
I mean, they did all right. They held it down. I mean, this could have been much worse. They held it down, but they just they got beat a couple times deep. I know Mike Ramey had a home run. I think someone else had a home run for Jagernauts too. So it looked like it was a fun game though for overall in general. The Kickheads kept coming. They did a little damage at the end. It looked like they were going to score a few more, but the Jagernauts got out of it. And actually, Dan Moore setting him off. He actually recorded the final out on Wednesday. So
nice little send off. Yeah, and the first win for the Jagernauts.
That is.
Yeah.
Hey.
So what a better way to go out than to contribute to the first win for a team you've been playing on for eternity. And this is a good way to get sent off. But I caught the end of it, and they looked hyped. They were playing great. But hats off to them for finally getting that one in the win column.
That's just poetry, baby. Kickball poetry. Then the second game, the Battlestar Avengers Marvel Alliance, Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah. Wu-Tang.
I like the kitchen sink approach to a superhero week. Just keep everyone on their toes. You don't know what superpower they're coming with.
No.
They came with
continues.
Wu-Tang. Their superpower this week was playing the foul balls and bringing the offense. They had a 6-2 win. Mr. Wellbrock, what did you see out there?
Another team. Congratulations.
Yeah,
getting in the win column.
Sorry.
There's ball sacks. Finally, George was talking all this in the podcast. I don't know if he remembers what he said during the podcast, but talking about just getting the team together, and the ball wasn't bouncing away. Get everybody on the same page to get that win, and it finally happened for him. It was a good performance. I don't disrespect a man in his own house. I guess Brian, I don't know if was he playing catcher? Was he not playing catcher? Because 6 runs up there.
They must have bunted it to the Charger a lot, right?
Right.
Yeah. It was out of his
They
hands.
must have kicked it to the
Out of his hands. They were just kicking deep. And speaking of kicking deep, Dennis Golson, Dennis Garth Brooks. Impersonator Golson, a great home.
WAKA Peninsula is Darius Rucker.
Yeah, dude. Man,
I prefer to think of him as a Chris Gaines type. A little edgier.
This is the pseudo persona. But
Kicked a soul patch.
a monster bomb out there, man. Just fucking destroyed that ball. So I mean, it turned it from a 6-0 to a 6-2. So they got up on the board, but
yeah, it was like Battlestar. They were running close on time, and they really wanted to get that 5th inning in there. So they're kind of like rushing through there, and then like foul balls just comes out, and it was like they did some damage there. Dennis's home run, and then they had more runners on base before the Battlestar closed it out. But it was like, well, this might have been a you always want to play more kickball, so you can't second guess the decision to try and like keep the pace going.
Yeah.
But they were so intent on it, and then all of a sudden I was like, whoa, if this blows up and they drop a 6-run lead, but it didn't come that close, I guess. 6-2. It was still a good margin of victories.
I think now that leaves just one team on the roster with no wins.
Well, that leads us to our 3rd game. Free Ballin still without an on-the-field victory after they fell to JKI this week.
Ouch!
So, big props to JKI. They came out firing. I saw they dropped some good line drives, get those runs, and I was really impressed. Kind of made me wonder how they've had all these runs scored against them earlier in the year. Back at catcher, at Anthony Founhurst. Yeah,
Founhurst.
I saw a disgusting spin throw.
I saw it too.
And their guy Charger as well. They were holding down Free Ballin. They kept it pretty tight in the outfield. Actually, Free Ballin came back to make it close late. JKI finally shut down the rally. I think they had ducks on the pond at the end there.
Yeah, apparently there was a close play at home where Tommy Shitcan Zupke was coming in and ended up getting thrown out at the plate, which would have tied it up. But that was, I think, the 3rd out from what I heard.
But JKI,
that's always a fun thing to call,
yeah.
Right? the last out on a person coming in home to try to tie up the game.
I tell you, it just shows like the league, the parity in the league is pretty high because you got Free Ball, which is a quality team.
Yeah.
They are the only team that did not lose to Kick-Ass when they played them. They tied them earlier. They came within a couple outs of tying Shake and Bake, so they can hang with the big dogs. And then you got JKI coming in and stunning them with an upset. Just any given Wednesday, you can't take a win for granted. And I think the margins of victories being so close this season is a great thing.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone comes to the field thinking I know I'm going to lose this game.
Yeah.
You
never want a league where it's like you see a game and it's like, okay, this is an automatic win. And you never want to see if this team's playing this team, it's a given. This is what makes it fun, is Free Ballin' and JKI game right there. A team that's, used to winning and being awesome. God, man, I'm blasting. And then JKI just coming in.
It's already noon?
Yeah, is it noon? I don't know. And just doing the upset, that's just awesome. That's what kickball's all about.
Yeah, JKI is the team to watch out. See if they can keep this going.
We'll hope so. We'll see what kept going in the 7:30 hours. We had more games at tab. The sun went down. More mosquitoes came out. Stick around. You'll see some more of it. We are 3 Up, 3 Down.
Oh, there you go.